Hey yo.
Hey guys, welcome back to our third episode of the podcast of Brothers
Brothers on
on
the
the
Rocks.
Rocks, baby.
Yes sir, yes sir.
So today's episode is we are just gonna sit, chill, and drink. Basically, we're gonna try to see how it could feel about being just a regular sit-alone podcast without doing anything special.
Sure. We got like 3 little topics written down, but ain't nothing special. It's just Fionna cake, self-improvement, motivation, personal stories. Basically just here to talk about whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you want to start off with a little shot real quick to get into it?
I just grabbed it, yes sir.
Basically, we're taking a shot from every story. I don't know. We're just taking shots at this point. Somebody says it, we do it.
Yeah, we both drinking Woodford.
Yeah. Nope, that's still bad. It wasn't as bad as the last time, but it's still bad. Still pretty bad.
Water.
Gamers, I literally cannot do it without any freaking chaser anymore. That word for it is killing my throat. Get it, buddy, get it. Get it.
You said what?
I said, bro, I can't do it without a chaser anymore. This Woodford is killing my throat.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, well, not my throat, but it's just terrible going down.
I do want to say something real quick before we get into it.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you for everybody who has supported the channel, supported the podcast, and everything. We have 14 subscribers on this channel right now, which is fucking
That's what we're
nuts.
talking about. I love every single one of you guys. That is amazing. Thank you for being here and supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. We're just dumbasses trying to start a podcast together. We're literally
Pretty
called
much.
the Crootlings for a reason.
I don't know about that, but yes. I support that.
Spotify listeners, thank you so much. We only know about the first episode so far. Went great. It was nice. Second episode, we were in the live thingy. It was alright. I liked it. But let's just chill. Let's just talk about this one thing that we had in mind that we both have finally binged and finished, right?
You watched it?
I finished it, yeah. I binged it with Aaliyah.
Oh, I didn't even know you watched it. Holy shit.
Yeah, I binged Fionna and Cake. You know what? Aaliyah was right. I was wrong. I thought Adventure Time was kind of boring after the second half of the whole show. And I stopped after, like, season 3 because I thought it was boring. And then...
Adventure Time's not boring.
Yeah, and you also said that Super Mario 64 is a really good game, but I don't think so.
I guess we disagreed,
I'm joking.
Time to take another shot.
Oh, shit! No, but, Spoiler! Fionna and Cake, I think, brought a new perspective into an audience that could have never really been happening. And I think, for example, they allowed cussing, bro. They allowed cussing in the show. That's one cool thing I thought. You know?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because it's kind of like it's not even a spin-off from Adventure Time. It's literally part of the series. Well, it's its own show, but it's like they made that specifically for the people who grew up watching Adventure Time, and now it's a little bit more of a grown-up version of Adventure Time, and I think that's really fucking cool. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm not gonna lie either. I didn't like Adventure Time as much as you guys did, and I still like Fionna and Cake a lot. Like, I didn't finish Adventure Time, and this did not need Adventure Time for me to know, except knowing who Finn and Jake is. Basically, in the first episode, Finn is very important. I agree with that.
Yeah, no shit.
Show Simon the ways of life, going into nature, doing what you can to change your life. That's what Finn was there for, Simon. And that was his first step into it.
Yeah, that's the second one.
First episode I thought was fucking weird. And you know what? I don't say fillers often, except for Attack on Titan. There's a lot.
No, there's not! Attack on Titan is nothing but fucking lore every single episode, and you don't know it until you continue watching it.
Remember when we binged the first 2 episodes first 2 seasons in one night, and I was like, filler episode. That
was pretty funny, yeah, actually.
Okay, can we all agree that the first episode of Fionna and Cake is actually a filler episode other than introducing the characters?
Well, yeah, I was about to say, I think it's pretty much just an introduction.
Okay, good. At least I'm not the only one. Holy shit. I mean,
Yeah.
did I think it was boring? Not really. I think episode 3 is where it started getting a little boring for me, but then episode 5 kicked it right back up.
Yeah.
Anthony said, I'm disagreeing. I'm going to take a shot. I got you, bro.
I hate this shit.
What's your thoughts and feelings growing up on Adventure Time watching Fiona and Cake, though?
I think it does do a good job showing basically the after. Okay, well that sounds kind of weird, but it does a good job showing like the aftermath of Adventure Time, because I mean Adventure Time ended off on like Finn and Jake basically dying, but it shows like before they died, and so Finn's got Jake tattooed on his chest, and Finn's like an actual fucking man, and so it's showing like the in between. So I thought that was really fucking cool, and then uh like I love what they did with the end. The Gold Betty, whatever you want to say, gave Ice King or made this little dandelion wish thing, and Ice King shoved it in the back of his head through the portal and gave it to Fiona, and then I'm pretty sure her wish was to become like real, to be a part of the real universe, and that's what happened. So she became canonized.
That's you know what, you're probably right about that. I didn't even think about it because
Fiona and Cake started just as a fanfic that the Ice King made.
that's right. It was a fanfic that Ice King made. That's right. You know what was funny as fuck though? Simon making that little girl cry. Yeah, when she was there saying, "Are you gonna?" I don't remember what she said. It was like, "Are you gonna write more books about Fiona and Cake?" And then he just literally snatches the book out of her hands, throws it away,
threw it in the trash,
and then put a banana peel on top. We are closed. Mm-hmm. Can I at least have my book back?
I do like how there was actual blood in the show. There was actual cursing, and there was like adultish humor. They was talking to Simon at the bar, and they was saying, me and Jake used to bust your balls about those stories, but Jake actually really liked your stories. Yeah, I like that kind of shit, you know?
Oh, dude, I do too. Matter of fact, whenever episode 2 happened, and they went to the wilderness, and Finn actually cut off that dragon thing's arm.
Yeah,
and
that
I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit, dude. Saying. They actually made it so graphic. I mean, I don't think there was any graphic scenes after that, believe it or not, though. I think after that scene, there was no other graphics within the whole series like that.
I mean, and Simon got like his whole arm cut or something.
Yeah, Simon got
his whole arm cut.
And then he's like, "You're back," and Finn's like, "Is it cool? Does it look cool?"
Yeah, right.
My true feelings about Fiona and Cake was really, it feels like it's kind of relatable and it works. Now, okay, there is a huge problem a lot of people have been having though online about it. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
The relationship between the dudes in the show. How it happened like that spontaneously. Yeah.
I already forgot his name. I don't remember.
I forgot their names too. But everybody was complaining like they just met. They even admitted it in the show, right before the world got disappeared. We just met, Fiona, and this is how it's going to end or something like that.
Well, yeah.
That relationship happened so fast.
I feel like that did happen a lot faster in the Fiona and Cake world than it did in the regular Adventure Time world.
How does the environment feel different in Fiona and Cake than it is on Adventure Time?
It actually does, yeah. It really does. And the environment kind of is like you're watching a little spin-off of the show, but it actually does. I mean, as you get further into the episodes, you kind of realize it does take place in the Adventure Time timeline,
right?
Which is really fucking cool. And as you progress into it, you realize they're literally traveling through each of the different worlds that Prismo has created from people's wishes, which are all actually part of the universe. They all are their own worlds, alternate realities.
Doesn't that just make it canon in the first place then? Like, when you think it makes it canon?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, it's weird. Hang on,
Fiona,
wait.
Fiona and Cake's world isn't actually canon. Prismo created
Yeah.
Fiona and Cake, like made them real.
Yeah, because he shot the laser in Ice King's face. And Ice King's like, oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that shit was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious, dude. That had me cracking
I
up.
just, dude, it made me laugh
Shit.
because it happened so much longer than it should have. It
Yeah,
was like, wasn't
exactly.
it like 15 seconds of just, oh yeah, okay, I'll do this.
No, I don't think it was 15, but
It
yeah,
was
it was pretty
good.
funny.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't canon at the beginning, but I'm thinking about it like the universe was there, and the fact that they got pulled out of Simon's mind, like that makes you
Yes.
like they were real, even though they were alternating timelines because of the fact that their stuff would turn into glitches. And I noticed the biggest one, which was when they went into the evil world where PB basically became the army, the military leader, and fighting off uh, the vampire girl,
Oh, Marceline?
Marceline. And when they were laying down the garlic bombs, one of them turned into actual garlic.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
thought,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, that I did think that was cool because yeah, because they're not actually they weren't canon yet, so everything that they did or played a part in was kind of like glitching out. Yeah.
Anthony, I don't know if I told you this. Brian David Gilbert literally like wrote the songs in the Ice Prince episode.
Oh yeah, I seen somebody post some. No, I think it was you. I think you told me about that.
Yeah, dude, Aaliyah was like, "Hey, you know the guy who made the hat song?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I wish that I could wear hat." I'm like, "Oh, Brian David Gilbert, what about him?" She's like, "He literally wrote both songs in the episode with Ice Prince."
Yes, dude, I didn't know that, and that's it just blew my fucking mind when I found that out, or when I was told that. That was crazy, dude.
To put this into the podcast officially, me and Anthony have been watching Brian David Gilbert for years. I have been watching him for probably half a decade now. And the fact that this motherfucker was able to write two songs in a very good ass series, and he was an
It,
main character, that was so lit.
yeah, and it was actually really good, a really good songs, whatever.
They were, dude. Well, I will say the second one was better. I think everybody agrees with that, with the crazy princess.
Dude, that whole episode was fucked up.
It was, dude. It
It was
was.
like an even worse ice version of Ice King.
Yeah, you thought he was actually like a peaceful dude, and you're like,
Oh, we probably should have put a spoiler alert from the beginning. We should put a spoiler alert in the beginning and then put a timestamp of when we.
spoiler, spoiler.
What?
I was yelling spoiler.
Oh, yeah. You were cutting out, but yeah, we should put a timestamp of from the time we start talking about to the time we stop talking about it.
True. Um,
Yeah.
the only thing I want to say about that episode, other than
Oh,
Brian David Gilbert, obviously somebody who I actually
fine.
revere. Um,
Paul Revere
yeah, Paul Revere.
and Midnight Rider.
It shows that YouTube creators can actually make an impact into something that is main media. And I like that. That's so cool.
Right, yes. I do like that idea. Just like the FNAF movie, Corey Kenshin's in the
He's in
FNAF
it as the
movie.
taxi driver. Daco is one of the employees of the month.
Yeah, yeah.
Markiplier is in it. Like, fuck, yeah, he's in it.
Gotta be in it. That's a must.
Yeah, but I just thought that that was a very cool. Like, I think it was the most special episode of me just because he's in it. That's really it. One more thing about Fiona and Cake, actually. um, they don't need to make a season two.
Yeah, I think it could be fine just as one season. Although I would like
Well, yeah,
more Adventure Time lore. I fucking love Adventure Time so much.
I just think that you shouldn't spoil the best you already got. Because if season one did good, I don't think there should be a season two. A lot of shows get ruined by season twos or two movies.
It's like they could branch off of events that did happen in Adventure Time and have like the Fiona and Cake version of it, or they could continue off of Fiona and Cake and do little adventures like Adventure Time had, but
Right.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, like you said, it wouldn't be as good.
Well, two things I have with that, just as an avid Fiona and Cake watcher, is the fact that they fought for the real world to stay. So the real world is their world, ooh, but they're not gonna like want to change it. Like they originally had their wish come true and realized their wish was horrible, and so they wished it back to be normal. Remember it was like episode 6, like they went back to the world and all their friends were just monsters. They went to the house and then like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Simon was like, "Is this what you wanted? Is this what you needed?" If they did adventures, they literally have to do with Simon. Otherwise, it just can't work.
There was a lot of character development with Simon.
For sure. And that's what I was going to say. Secondly, it was mainly about Simon and Betty. I don't think they can continue off of that, especially when Betty let him go.
Well, I think, yeah, it was mainly between Simon and Fiona, but Betty did play a big role in, like, literally all of Simon's motives.
Exactly.
And that's why the end episode was, like, just amazing. Because you got that relief of all that buildup from the Ice King sacrificing him, trying to sacrifice himself to save Betty, but you come to find out that Betty was sacrificing herself the whole time for Ice King, basically, and he had just now realized that.
Right.
And I think that since Ice King realized that, she gave him the opportunity to not have to sacrifice himself. Since she's Gold Betty, she's like the most powerful being there is. So
Yeah.
she gave him the opportunity to not have to sacrifice himself. And he did take that opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the main antagonist really played a big role in the whole show for some reason. Like he sporadically pops up in my mind. The red and black dude.
The Scarab.
Yeah, the scarab. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he played a big role into about to destroy Fiona's world, but like, other than that, I mean, he didn't really do too much. Like Prisma literally just resolved it all. So
Well, Prismo was trying to basically stop. Well, the Scarab was after Prismo, and then he basically like locked up Prismo in that little cube.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you could obviously tell that the Scarab is basically a decent threat, but they didn't really seem to do too much damage until the last episode.
Exactly, yeah. By the way, I do give it like a 9.5 out of 10. It was almost perfect for me. I think the first
It was a
episode.
really good show.
I think the first episode was the most boring, but other than that, I did like how the
Yeah,
first.
I'll admit the
Yeah.
first episode is a little boring, but I mean, what can you expect? It's
Aaliyah
an
was
introduction episode.
Aaliyah was sitting me there. She's like, "Watch it after episode 1, please. I know it seems boring now, but it might get good for you." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." I mean, honestly, talking about that show, I could talk a lot more about it, especially specific episodes. You have a topic that you really want to talk about? You said.
Yeah, it's self-improvement and motivation. That's a pretty big thing I have to deal with here. Where do I start? So self-improvement, I guess I could start there.
All right, we can start there.
Yeah, so before I moved to Arizona, I obviously lived in Indiana. Well, I don't know if that's obvious, but I lived in Indiana, and I was doing good for myself for a long time. And then because I quit Mazda, I left and I took a better job opportunity at auto sales and service in Indiana, and I started making 20 an hour there. And I gotta say, I learned like more at auto sales and service than I did my whole 2 year, my first 6 months of training at Kia, and then the other year and a half at Mazda. I learned more at auto sales and service than the 2 years in the dealerships. So that was a huge self improvement for my career. And then it made me very confident in my ability to repair cars, and I definitely did get better in my diagnostic capabilities. And then I was making way better money, but I started making poor financial decisions. I had $25, but not for long because I made bad financial decisions. I'm just kidding, but so I moved into the trailer with my best friend and his girlfriend, and then shortly after, that's when I started working in auto sales and service, and making 20 an hour. And I had this 2006 Volkswagen Passat. It was kind of a piece of shit, but I did a lot of work to it. I rebuilt the whole front suspension. Still had a system lean code. I wasn't too sure what to do about it. I didn't know why. I wasn't that skilled to figure out that system link code. So I basically ended up trading it in for a 2019 Acura TLX. They gave me $1. They were offering me $1 for my fucking car. And then, so I was still making decent money. I was like, you know what? This ain't enough debt. Let's go into more debt. And so I bought a $3,000 vacuum cleaner, the Kirby's. I'm sure you guys know about that. Some of you may. Bought a Kirby for $3,000. Still paying on it. And then I was like, you know what? As if that wasn't enough debt, let me go buy a $12,000 toolbox. Looking back, that was a bad decision. I could have bought an even bigger toolbox at Harbor Freight for like $2,500. So yeah, I did all that, put myself in debt, and then I moved to Arizona. Quit my job, making less money now. Now I'm behind on bills and stuff, behind on some payments. So now I'm back on track to self improvement, which plays a role into my motivation. For the first 2 months, I was just doing DoorDash almost every single day. Mondays, I've dedicated Mondays to my day off. I was just DoorDash, 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 DoorDash. And that grew to become old. Not quickly, but it did start to become very old, and it was making me so very unmotivated. Eventually, I started applying for different jobs because I'm like, dude, I can't do this. I make like 500 on average a week on DoorDash, and if I really, oh, that's with 20 hours, and if I really tried, I could get 600, but I just didn't have that much motivation in me. Obviously, 500 a week was not keeping up with the bills. I moved down here for better job opportunities, and that didn't really happen. So I was looking around, and I was not getting hired by anybody, which I thought was crazy because I was on Indeed, and people were reaching out to me on Indeed because they liked what I had, and I would apply, and they would decline my application. I'm like, what the hell? So I went up to Mercedes in person and asked to apply, and they just straight up told me, they're like, oh, we already hired 3 people. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go to Acura right next door. So I went to Acura. I was like, hey, I'd like to apply as a service technician or whatever available spots you got. I just applied for the service technician. I didn't hear a damn thing from them for about a week and a half. So I just assumed they didn't want me. So I was still applying on Indeed. Like the whole time after I applied, I basically was barely door dashing. I was making 100 a week because I had like no motivation. The only thing that really motivated me to make money wasn't missing my car payments. Believe it or not, it was Tinder. I was like, maybe if I get a girlfriend, I'll definitely want to make more money, and I definitely did. I wanted to have enough money to buy a future girlfriend gift, so that's what I started doing, and gave me more motivation. Acura of Peoria finally reached out to me. He called me. He was like, "Hey, when can you stop in for an interview?" They fired a lot attendant for wrecking a vehicle, and that's why I was a bit. That's why they wanted to hire me, because they fired that lot attendant. Let's go! I got the job. Only making 16 an hour, but I can't complain about it. Still a job nonetheless. I can make more money on DoorDash, but lot attendant job is a way more like stable job, because my motivation isn't always there. So making 16 an hour now. He said if I work there for like 3 months, depending on how good I do, I'll have an opportunity to move into the shop. And he said 90% of the lot attendants move into the shop anyway. I can't even drive yet, believe that or not. I can't drive yet because uh, my license is registered for Indiana, and my license has to clear through them in order for me to drive, even though it's still a valid driver's license. It's weird as hell, so I can't drive until my license clears. So I just ride around with the people who can drive the car, move the cars around, and so I'll just move cars around and then move cars to detail, and I help detail them. Not like buffing or anything, just spraying some body shine on it, cleaning the glass, like the windows and stuff. That's where I'm at right now for my self improvement. Motivation, my motivation is coming back to me now that I have a job. All my motivation disappears when I don't actually have a job. Like when I was door dashing, I did have motivation at first, but it just faded because it's not like an actual job. I get to choose my times, and with having ADHD and not being medicated for it, it becomes a bad thing, like a very bad thing, because I lose motivation real quick. That's why I was like, dude, I just need like a real job. And that's what I went and did. I went and got myself a real job. So next step is catching up with my bills. That is very important, especially my car payment. Getting my car repoed is the last thing I want to happen because I love that car so much. That's my next step for self improvement, and as I progress throughout my job, my motivation will definitely come back to me.
Yeah, I got you on that, buddy. Yeah.
Sorry, I know I went on a huge long tangent, but
Well, self improvement for me right now is probably finally going to be able to move to Arizona with you. Trying to get a job there,
yes,
but also
sir.
getting rejected, so that's kind of like demotivating in the
Oh
first
yeah,
place.
for sure. I can understand that.
Going to the gym is something that I've been slacking on again, and going to the gym helps motivate me to do a lot of things that I've been doing recently on a day to day basis, such as editing videos. I love doing that, such as doing this podcast, such as doing chores around the house. Believe it or not, for me, exercising gives me the energy and strength to go around and do chores around the house. If I go work out,
Yeah.
I get this weird ass energy bump that makes me want to do stuff. And what's motivating
Yes.
about it is it's helped up my metabolism. I have recently stopped going to the gym for 4 days. I have recently still lost some pounds at home, even after eating a full meal. So it feels good, and that's motivating me enough to still keep going to the gym to do what I was doing before. The thought of going to Arizona to be there, the thought. I don't know about doing it yet because I'm still in a very bad financial position. So we'll see when the time comes. But my motivation is there. Self progress, I guess the goals I got are very minuscule, very small for right now because I don't have big goals in mind. I guess the self goals I got is to lose more weight, obviously, move to Arizona. Goal I got is to get a better job, a better big paying job, and to keep doing what I love on the internet. So
I'll be honest. Uh, it's funny because everywhere it says they're hiring, just like Indiana, but nobody actually is hiring. Nobody wants to hire anybody, and it's weird. I will say it's a little more difficult getting hired here in Arizona than it is in Indiana. I mean, I'm sure you could go apply to a fucking McDonald's or anything,
yeah,
but
but we've both been through that experience. Why the fuck would we go to
yeah,
McDonald's?
exactly. Nobody
We've
wants to
both been at
work another.
McDonald's.
Yeah, nobody wants to fucking work another McDonald's job again. What the hell? Last topic is personal stories. Just anything that's happened in your life. Or before we talk about that, I gotta pee and we'll take another shot though.
All right, we'll just play the sponsor segment right here. Better help. No, I'm
Alright.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Better help.
Go sponsor. Go get 'em, baby.
What is up, gamers? How are y'all doing today?
Hey gamers, how's it going? Today it is me and Anthony, Brothers on the Rocks, sponsoring this channel. Bro, if you want to check out a podcast that is way better than what you're watching right now, fuck them. Check out us.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, that Anthony and Brandon Schmick is not going so well for them, ain't it? We have 14 subscribers on this channel right now. So, what we do basically is we fuck around, drink, and talk.
We fuck around, we find out.
We are the ones that find out. No, in all seriousness, we're sponsoring this podcast because we want to let you guys know that we are about to have our very first special guest coming up soon. You want to show the black silhouette, Anthony? Point at it. Point at wherever the fuck it is.
There.
Why would you point at 3 different directions at once?
I couldn't decide where to point. I'm gonna be honest.
So, if you want to come check us out, Brothers on the Rocks, we would probably rather you check us out on YouTube because we want more friends. But yeah, you got any last words to say before we cut back?
Nah, just go. Wait, who are we?
Yeah, just go.
Go. Yeah, please go.
Go check out Brothers on the Rocks, not Bros on the
Yeah.
Rocks. Fuck Bros on the Rocks.
Please go check out Brothers on the Rocks on YouTube or on Spotify. And if you like it, feel free to subscribe. If not, that's okay too.
And if you want to see a funny clip, here we go. Yeah, it was stupid. Welcome to. Ew, God! What the fuck?
You look like a totally different person.
I know. Hang on, wait. I gotta see myself.
Yeah, rewind it to that very first frame.
Bro, I look like a freaking Goomba from the movie, Mario movie in 1987.
You almost look like that dude who does reviews in his car.
Welcome to Heist with Mark.
All I heard was, if you want to see a funny clip, here we go. I heard, it sounded like an animatronic or something.
Alright, thank you all, appreciate it. Now back to the handsome two men.
Yes, sir. I feel like this is a podcast that audio listeners will actually love.
Thank you, Brothers on the Rocks, for the sponsor of today.
Yeah, I mean, might as well just self-promote, you know?
Hell yeah, Brothers
don't
on the
have a-
Rocks.
We got a few dedicated fans, but it's not quite big yet, so...
No,
Thank you, Brothers on the Rocks.
Thank you, Brothers on the Rocks, for your time.
You rock.
I guess a good story to talk about, I guess I'll start with one that I really do like to talk about sometimes, is whenever talking about Brothers on the Rocks, let's talk about the time I got on the rocks when I was 14 years old. I want to talk about that.
Hey, yo.
My uncle, who is passed away, R.I.P., hold him down. He kind of had a...
Oh, I didn't take a shot yet, though.
Okay, let's take a shot.
Alright. Nice.
Our uncle basically was having a party one night with me, him, and a couple of his friends. So he said, "Hey, why don't you hang out in my room tonight?" I'm like, "Okay, sure, why not?" I went
It's
to
always the uncles.
It's always the uncles. Hey, have you ever heard of Good Touch, Bad Touch? Later on, my uncle was like playing his fucking techno music that he usually did. He put his
EDM.
We were basically like cleaning his room too. Well, he had a very dirty ass room, and we always had to clean it with him. Otherwise, he wouldn't clean it. He's like, you know what? Why don't we have fun tonight? Let's go ride our bikes. So it was like 1 a.m. We went to go ride our bikes out into the street. We went to the gas station. He got some alcohol called Everclear. And this Everclear was very clear. Like, it looked like water. And there was rope around it in like this weird ass like pattern that was like diamonds. And he showed it to me. He said, look, as long as you don't tell anybody, we can drink this tonight and we can have fun and party. I'm like, okay, sure. He gave me one. He gave me a bottle, a shot bottle that was a skull. He gave me a shot bottle that was a skull. Everclear vodka, maybe. Yeah, it might be vodka. But he poured some in there. I smelled it. I said, "Ew, this smells like hand sanitizer."
Yep.
And he's like, "Watch this." And he poured some on a tray and lit it on fire, I think.
Oh.
I'm like, "Oh my god." So what I did was I took the shot. And it was the worst thing in the world I've ever tasted in my fucking life. My mouth tastes like hand sanitizer. Nothing happened after the first shot. And so I said, hey, can I have a second one? He said, sure. So I got a second one. And we were just dancing to techno and cleaning his room and shit. Next thing you know, he's doing karate with me and I was wobbling all over the room.
Whoa.
What?
Sorry, I just looked it up. Everclear is a brand name of rectified spirit, also known as grain alcohol. It is bottled at 60%, 95.5%, 94.5%, and 95% alcohol by volume.
Yeah, it's strong as fuck. Dude, I'm so wobbly. This is kind of weird and whatever. So then I took a third shot because he offered it to me. I took this third damn shot, and I was just basically raving in my own world. I'm like drunk. Yeah, techno's music. He turned off his lights so like a strobe off his computer could play and shit. And then I went out to the living room. I'm like, all right, I'm done. He's like, no, wait, just take one more shot, and we'll be done.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
So, so I took one more shot, and let me tell you, after that last shot, after a minute, I was trying to talk comprehensively, and I thought it was cool as fuck. I was like, dude, I can't see my hands moving in front of my face.
Dude, yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I went to go into the living room, and I started hugging my little brother named Steven. And I said, I'm sorry, man, I love you. I hope you do good in life. I hope everything's great.
I'm an island boy. And I love my brother.
So, his mom took him to bed. And I was like, just remember, I love him, okay? So I went to my grandpa's room. He could smell the alcohol around the house. I don't know how, but he could. And he looks at me. He's like, Brandon, you need to go to bed. You're drunk. And I kept yelling at him so angrily because I believed I wasn't drunk. And I told him, I'm not drunk. He's like, yes, you are. I'm like, no, I'm not. And we kept going back and forth. He's like, go to bed. I'm like, okay. There's this space in between the table and couch. I went to go lay on the couch and I landed face first in the space between the table and couch. I pulled myself up and started laughing my ass off because I was like, that is funny as hell. He got pissed that Michael started yelling at him that morning.
You also got to remember, Papa was probably so pissed because not only is he a Christian, Papa used to be a hard-time alcoholic.
Well, he also got a 14-year-old drunk.
That too,
Yeah.
my bad. That's a very important aspect of that.
Yeah, but story comes to a close. Basically, I woke up, learned my lesson, didn't drink until I was 21. I thought it was a party too hard story. But,
Oh, okay. Here's something.
Okay.
Here's something I've had on my mind.
All right, bro. I'm a little tipsy, just to let you know, so I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I took another shot. That's not even. There's barely a shot in there. So let's get a little personal, get a little deep here. So
Let's act like we're friends at the bar and we tingle each other's butthole just because. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna rustle your jimmies. I had a dream. I keep having, not often, but like once a month, I'll have this dream where I see either one of my dead relatives or my dead pets. It's Chief. It's always fucking Chief. I don't know why that keeps happening, but it's like I'm not lucid dreaming, but like I see him and I just fucking cry. I cry my fucking eyes out in my dream.
I see your shadows in my room.
I see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. Yeah, so I just see him and I fucking cry. Like, I cry the hardest I've ever cried. I just, like, I miss him so much. And I thought, he died such a long time ago, like 2023. Would he die in 2019?
No, it's way before.
2018. 2018. No, here, watch. You can cut this out, but I'll show the podcast. I got my boy's hair taped to the back of this.
Oh, wow.
That's his paw print right there. His actual paw print. It was 4/21 of 2018. So yeah, but for some reason I still have dreams about him, like ever since. And I just feel that strong connection, like even with Papal, like sometimes he'll be in my dreams, or even Michael, and I just can't help but to like cry in my dreams. That's all I can do is just cry in my dreams.
I have those weird dreams too. Like every time Michael comes back, it's like a prank that he died. Like he comes back and it's like, oh, it was a joke, man, and like it's still his crazy curly hair.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, Michael is the uncle that Brandon was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that guy, 14-year-old drunk.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't the best in the head, but I mean, not everybody is. So, I'm sorry, you continue.
I was just gonna say I had one specific dream about Mamo before she passed away, and it was every single time this dream happened, we were at like a very deep in pool where there was just nothing there but like deep in water, and everybody was watching her about to dive in like an Olympics version. But like me and Papa would always try to stop her and say, hey, don't do that, you're going to die. And it was her dying on live television, and I think in my head it was a symbol of her smoking herself to death, like she was drowning in smoke. I think that I get what you're saying because dreams like that are actually very fucking relatable.
Yeah, honestly, and they just feel so real when you're having the dream, because I had this one about Papa. I was outside his house, and kind of like a movie or something, but I had this video camera. I could see him, like, oh, this is gonna make me sad, but I could see him in the video camera. I was like trying to get his attention so hard, like I could see his full figure and everything. He was just walking out the front yard, looking at the house and shit, and it came to this point where I went up to him and I was like, Papa, and he looked at me, and I got like real close to him, and I like tried to hug him. I couldn't feel him, but I could feel the heat from him, I just started crying in my dream. I woke up. I was like, damn, dude. What a sad dream.
Yeah, I've had a couple dreams like that recently too, where it's like, yeah, no, I agree. It's just, I think everybody has those basic dreams where your family member passes away. There are times where I'm daydreaming and it's so surreal. Like, Mamaw is just, okay, our grandma was a crazy ass person, but like, I remember this one time I said, this is gonna be the last back scratch I'll ever receive from her. And it was. I remember specifically her in the hospital bed trying to scratch something on my body, and those memories, they're so small, and the dreams you have are so small and minuscule, but yet it all means something at the end of the day for you.
Yes, exactly.
All
That
right,
is exactly true.
let's come up from the water.
What the fuck is that noise? What is that? What did you do?
I'm farting.
Dude, that's what I thought it sounded like.
It's called coming back up from the water.
Dude, it sounded like you were scooting a chair or something. Like,
no, it was a fake fart, Anthony. It wasn't real.
oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
I think talking about personal stories like that helps alleviate a lot of stress sometimes, because you know there are people out there who actually feel the same as how you feel. It's just sometimes it's hard to word it until somebody else words it. So, well, everybody, that is the end of our podcast.
Might as well finish my last shot. It'll be, this ain't gonna be shit during the day. So.
Hang on, let me show you something. Might as well finish my last shot.
Oh, hell no, bro. You can't do that.
All right, let's both take a shot together, bro. For the good times, bro. Cheers, bro. Why don't you fucking cheer? No, wait. I'm pissed. This is the third episode we've done, and every single time you never cheers.
I can't help it. I
All right,
can't help it.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers,
bro. All right, let's go. All right. Well, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think this one was just like a random tangent one to try to test the waters. Do you guys like stories that we tell? Do you guys like relatable shit that we can try to talk about? Let us know. Obviously, next episode we might have a guest, so
please let us know. I mean, like any, if at all, input is very welcomed. Criticism is also welcomed. But let us know what we could do better. What we could not do, anything to help our podcast, because me and Brian are both new to this, and we have basically what we're doing. Obviously, we're going to learn on the way, but, I mean, anything helps, man. Any kind of criticism, so...
Yeah, if you think we're not drinking enough, let us know, because this is a drinking podcast, goddammit, and I do realize we have to set themes for it, so let's try to figure out something that you guys would also want to see.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't think we're drinking enough, I will feel free to drink more, because I'm not gonna lie, these past 3 episodes, I haven't been that tipsy. I've been tipsy, but like, I like to watch the cold ones, and if you guys know cold ones, they fucking crack me up with how fucking drunk they get.
Oh, trust me, when we're together, it's gonna change. Oh, season one is a prelude. You guys are just seeing what can happen before we're together. That's the whole reason why we're doing this. So,
yeah, right.
If you guys enjoyed...
Testing the waters.
Exactly, yes. But if you guys enjoyed, follow us on Spotify. We gotta shout this out because it's apparently important. Follow us on Spotify if you can. Brothers on the Rocks. Bros on the Rocks if you want to find our @ Twitter, Bros on the Rocks, if you want to follow our Twitter. TikTok, Bros on the Rocks. Alright, so to end it off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stare at each other, see who can win the staring contest. 3, 2, 1, and go. We have to admit if we blink. We have to admit if we blink.
Wait, what the fuck? I just blinked. Hold on, we gotta restart. I forgot I was doing the
end the podcast, end the pot. No, kidding.
No.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, and go.
You ever been in love? Wait, I just blinked again. Hold on. We gotta
Anthony,
keep
bro.
restarting.
God damn it.
Alright. Do it again.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, and go.
You ever been in love?
You ever been fucked by your cousin and then a tractor rode over you with a Ford? I just blinked. Fuck.
You ever love someone so much that you just can't think about being with anyone without them? I blinked. Alright, fuck it.
Alright, we're done. It didn't even work. I fucking hate that. Alright, bye.
All right, see you later, guys. Thank you for watching.